Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, November 28th, I believe, 2022. Here you see me hot gluing flowers. Like the weekend, I just sort of did things that I'd been meaning to do, but I didn't have time. So I wrote them on a list and I've been crossing them off. So it's fantastic. And instead of you just watching me do that or me talking about my boring life, I'm going to tell you a story about how I manifested something without even being aware of it. So it's really important that we really watch words that we say and actions that we take. And yeah, so here's my story. I was living in Muskoka. This is the early 2000s. I was married and I had a shop. And in my shop, I would design clothes. It was consignment. And I would take some of these clothes or my own. I would go thrifting. And I would recreate designs. And I made a lot of them. And I still do today. And I still have tons of things to get rid of. So I know it sounds terrible to say it that way, get rid of. But it's just like, just let it go. Let someone else enjoy it. So my story is that I, as well as having my shop, I was getting orders off of Etsy. And I got a lot of orders. So between my shop and my design world, I was really busy. And so I got an order and it was for a crochet skirt, flowers. I'll throw a picture on here. And I was working away, and the first thing I ask is, how long do you want it? And I need a hip measurement because I don't put a zipper in it. That would just be too hard for me. I just want to make this easy. So basically, the skirt hangs off your hips. And I don't even line it. You can put a little slip underneath it. But it's pretty, it's enough for me to create the skirt than to do all these extra little things. So I got these measurements in, and the hips were really small. And me being a scout in the modeling world, the hip measurements were fantastic for a tiny model. So I was like, So I just kind of kept working. And then again, I asked, can I get your hip measurements? And again, I got the same hip measurements. And I'm like, on the widest part of the hips. Sure enough, in came the hip measurements. And I was like, that's really tiny. So I thought, I'm going to go into her Etsy shop and I'm going to see if I can get a picture of her so I can figure out for myself, are these really her hip measurements? Is this skirt going to fit her? So I went into her shop and I'm looking around and I see this. I'm going to put a picture of the book. I see it all over the place. And also her name seemed familiar. And I didn't really think anything of it. And I just kept working, do my thing. But anyway, when I was in there, I looked closely and the light bulb goes off. Because like the name is on the book. And I don't know if I screamed. I was like, oh my God. So much more, so loud that my husband came running in from the front room. He's like coming, he's like, whoop. I'm like, what is going on? Are you okay? And I was like, yes. I was like, oh my God, look at what is on the dresser. And he's looking at what's on. He's like, what? His guy. And I was like, look at the book. The book was right there. Just right. It wasn't even hidden in my bookshelf, color coordinated with other books. It was on my dresser. And David picked up the book. I said, that's who I'm doing the order for. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, calm down, Anne, calm down. I was actually starstruck. This book that I had purchased for myself at where? chapters. And I had taken so much inspiration from it. And I helped myself create these even better designs than I had before. So anyway, I was like, calm down, calm down. So I did not want to let her know that I knew who she was, because I didn't want her to, I don't know how to say it, like give me better treatment, or, I didn't want to, I don't know. I just felt very strange. So I continued my order just like normal, a normal order. And I think I sent her also like a pair of fingerless gloves, which I quite often do with my orders. Just a little gift of appreciation. I had something hanging around. So anyhow, I sent it away, and then boop, in comes my, what do you call it? Where they say a little something about you. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember what it's called. That's funny. I'll think of it and put it out here. Like I'll write it down. And but anyway, after she had given me her review. So of course she loved it. She was very excited. So after the review came in and everything's all done, I said, I need to be honest with you. I said, I actually have your book. I didn't know this was you. And because your hip measurements are so tiny, I said, I just wanted to investigate, and went into your shop. And I said, I just almost fell over. I was sitting down, but I have your book on my dresser. So I was thrilled that I had purchased something of hers. She had purchased something of mine, and we both had no clue about that. So anyway, that's my fancy little story. And I really encourage everybody to go out and get this book if they're creative at all. And it'll just help you, make something really cool for yourself or someone else or whatever. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching my video. I'm going to go. So have a fantastic day out there. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you again soon. Love you all. Bye.